She knows. She's coming in. She's like, I want to come in, and I can't.
Okay.
Okay. I'll turn off the fans too, but.
Oh yeah.
That way the volume is a little bit better, but let me turn off the fans so that. This side here. It's a little quieter for. There we go.
So what? This is a pretty small space.
Yeah.
Right. This is like about the size of a king size bed. I would say.
No, bigger than that.
Bigger?
It's just as small because you're surrounded by a lot of plants.
Okay.
Like, it's actually bigger because I had a queen size bed in here at one point.
You said you have a lot of your Anthuriums here.
Yeah.
I noticed that this room feels way more humid.
Uh-huh.
You have a few more fans here going about, and I think you have more of your ideal grow lights here. So why are you choosing this environment for your Anthuriums?
So Anthuriums tend to get bigger leaves when you give them more humidity.
Uh-huh.
They also don't crisp like the queen Anthuriums over there on your right are pretty much like, if you see the size of the leaf there, I don't think you could get that in lower humidity.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, the
right.
one
Right.
over
Yeah.
there, right? So I mean that's a gigantic leaf that came out like a few weeks ago.
So you think that the humidity helps with the leaves?
The humidity helps with the size of the leaves. It also just helps with the plant health in general.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the Anthuriums do really need more humidity than the philodendrons do. It's just something I've noticed. I tried to keep some Anthuriums like in another area, just didn't work out well.
Oh, can I turn this?
Yeah, let me turn off the fan there. I just need to plug them.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
Okay, let me go this way.
And this is sort of why people grow in tents and people grow, hopefully, perfect, great. Like people grow in tents because you can keep the humidity high, right? But the problem with growing in a non-tent is you have to keep the humidity up somehow, right? So the way I do it is just keeping it in a room. I used to have my bed in here, and then the plants kicked me out apparently. So
yeah, I've noticed that quite a few people have told me that plants have kicked them out of various
spaces.
rooms. Yeah.
I just realized too that like, I really enjoyed waking up. I used to wake up and just like, you'd see all these beautiful plants around you, but then I think the humidity got to me a little bit, and I also just ran out of space.
Right.
And you were coming, and so I decided to move that out.
I see your humidity over there. It's about 80.
Yep, 80 is the right. I like to keep it 80 with fans though. So we just turned off 3 fans.
Right.
And the reason for that is the fans really keep like just the air from stagnating as much.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of fungus, rust on some of the plants, and I treat them and stuff like that. It doesn't spread as badly, but the fan airflow helps to keep that at bay as well.
I noticed that you have quite a few humidity sensors around.
Oh yeah,
right.
Totally.
And do you notice that there's a lot of regional differences in humidity, even though we're in the same
space.
room? Yeah.
Not as much in this room as I do downstairs. Downstairs, I definitely have a lot more. But I tend to do that just out of my own curiosity, whether or not, like higher up, like it's going to be drier in the top third of a room. It's going to be wetter, and also it just helps me kind of like check both the temperature and the humidity if it's like in front of my face.
So downstairs with a larger space with more windows or heat sources or cold sources, what's the range of humidity in the downstairs?
45 to 65.
Okay, so there could be one area that's 45 one place and then 65 the other place.
Yeah, right. Except the tank, which has 80 to 90.
Right, and I think air circulation helps kind of normalize it a little.
Yes, it helps a little bit, but the air circulation actually dries out things more.
Yeah.
So what's really surprising is with the fans off in this room, it feels a lot more humid. But if you have all the fans on, it's a lot less. It just feels a lot less humid.
Yeah.
Which is why I keep the sort of fans on usually. But
it feels a little bit less heavy. All right, let's go through some of the stuff that you sort of have
so
here.
I just have a ton of like seedlings and props, and that's from a collector in Florida, Barry Schwartz. These were gifts from him. So they're like his jungle giant, I guess. And so this was like after visiting his collection.
I need
in
to.
Florida.
Yeah, I've been meaning to visit. I think he invited. I'm not sure if I should say that out loud. Maybe he didn't invite me.
He's super nice.
He's
really
super
wonderful.
nice. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time talking to him. And this is your Lux.
Lux
Rad?
Pap Cross,
Oh,
actually. I have a lot of hybrids, Anthurium hybrids. It's a Lux Pap
It's
Cross.
it's a hot thing these days. These Anthurium hybrids, which
Got a lot of them.
which I would say is warranted. I've always loved the
They're
Anthurium
just so
hybrids.
beautiful.
What is
It's
this one?
an Ivan Portile.
A what?
Uh,
Oh. Whoa.
yeah, it's kind
whoa,
of beautiful.
whoa.
It's kind of a cool. You can see like tons of Anthuriums that I just really love.
I love this. I gotta say, I love people who love Anthuriums.
They're hard to keep. They're hard to keep up. Like you can tell, like the humidity and the sort of like keeping a plant room or keeping. Yeah, it's tricky, but
Are these all the same?
they're different. You can the tags. They're all from different growers and collectors. I like seedlings and seeds, and some are from Barry, some are from Windy in Hawaii.
Super nice.
Some are. I'm trying to think who else got. NSC has been selling some seeds, so I've got some Dressler seeds over there. Lots of prop boxes with them.
There's definitely a joy in growing something from seed.
Oh,
And
totally.
just-
Or
just-
props. So if you notice on the shelves up there, you have no clue what those are, but like that's a Hoopii. There's a Monstera delicerata / like Bromar's Flame,
Sure.
the tiniest one over there.
Sure.
There's like a Whippleway in that little like weird container right there. That's actually one of my favorite plants, the Monstera mint Noid. The one that everyone.
I love that.
It's like such a classic
Love it,
plant, and
love
the new
it.
leaf is coming out, and that's not one you can
Yours
see.
is a very nicely variegated version.
The new leaf will be really, really nice too. It's just coming out. You actually missed this. I'll send you some photos when they do come out because I think that you just missed that one. And the other one is the Sancti over here. It's having a new leaf, but it just you missed it by a few days because that's like
right. Let me.
really fun.
I'll
but-
go towards the Sancti. Oh, this one is a.
That's just a silver sword.
silver sword, right?
Yeah, silver sword. I should put it on a pole, but
It looks pretty. Is there a different
narrow
forms?
form.
Is there?
The narrow. It's like the narrow leaf form. It's from Steve's leaves.
Okay.
It's like one of those things where I got lazy. I don't put it on a pole. Aria, this is like a large form sport right here. This guy right here.
Oh, let me see. I like this. I like the narrow.
The small mini
The
leaves.
narrow leaf.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can go.
Oh,
Oh,
watch out!
oh,
This is
oh.
my
Oh.
core guy up here.
Oh.
That is the Fairchild crystallinum crossed with the red crystallinum from NSC Tropicals.
Mm.
And then you've got a couple of really beautiful plants in there, a couple of young paps.
Yeah.
There's that really beautiful black velvet Anthurium, the new
back there.
species. There's two of them actually. This guy right here, this one.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did notice that. I did
That's
notice
like
that.
I don't have a label on it, but it's the sort of undescribed. It'll have a new name next year because they're
Oh.
describing it. Small.
Oh yeah, this is. Oh, your sport looks really.
Oh yeah, this is like the large form sport.
Let me see if I
really
can
like it.
get a.
Yeah, it's still hardening, right?
Yeah, so it's
still-
hard to see the variegation.
Mhm. But the older leaf, and this right here, you can kind of see it's got some really good genetics in it. So
Right.
hopefully it'll come out. That's one of the fun things about sports is
Yeah, to see what comes out.
Mhm.
I like this plant. I have one of these. I forgot the name, but
it's a Morona, yeah.
I
It's
like this one a lot.
Morona,
I
yeah.
like it. It's just kind of.
I could hang it. I just don't.
Yeah.
I keep running my head into these things, so it's kind of like hard.
Oh, you have the Gabby.
The Gabby, yeah, that's my big Gabby.
This is very, very popular these days.
It's hard to get, and that one's from Gabriella plants. I have a couple Gabby props going on. This is a fun. I'll pull this one out. Let's see if you can see. This is this one's also a hybrid, but it's the Fairchild and Baroque. So it's like you've got the really cool.
Oh, I like the. Do you have the silver veins?
Yeah,
but then
silver
the
veins.
shape
Yeah,
of the
the
leaf
shape
is
of the
very
leaf,
nice.
Yeah, and that's what's really wonderful about these hybrids is,
Right.
you know, it's kind of like. I don't play poker. I don't go to Vegas. I don't gamble, but I always feel like I gamble with like these cute, like, you know, hybrids. Like you try to get like a really cool one, and sometimes they don't turn out really great, but sometimes they turn out really, really wonderful. This is the sort of, you know, the quote unquote Doc Block or Fairchild, you know, but the red on it is just the leaves you get. You know, everyone wants red leaves now. It's like this huge thing.
Right. I think the fun thing about the Antherium hybrids is that a lot of them, you really don't know what their quote unquote mature form sort of looks like, right? A lot of them are just really new, and then it'll be very fun to see them.
What they turn out to be. And that's why I really enjoy some of them. It's just, you know, this kind of like science experiment of plant genetics.